Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. Because it is Gothic horror, there are some things that may be disturbing to some viewers. Blood, gore, body horror, discussions of trauma, child endangerment, other things that are similar. So if there is anything that might cross a line for you, please make sure that you take a break. Your support is important to us, but so is your mental health. So, coming from where we left off, you all had asked Alex to help with a little conundrum you had with Belladonna. There were people sent from the university, from the Academy of the Midnight Arts, that determined that she was indeed a sorceress who was manifesting her powers, although they couldn't tell where from. Afterwards, you decided to go back to the house, but it seems Percy's mother, Alessandre, decided she needed their assistance quickly before they left. They went to see Ethel Drinttal, the woman that they saved from the basement not long ago, and attempted to use a potion of mind reading to determine if there was any other course of action that could be done to assist in her recovery. Upon doing so, the group found themselves sucked into a nightmare reality created in her mind of a hospital that seems to focus on both Mildred Drinttal and Dr. Argenta. After going through several tableaus of horror and finding a interesting blob monster who has been tentatively named Friend for now, they found their way into the place where Mildred Drinttal is stalking and are attempting to find a way to get the keys to Dr. Argenta's lab off of her without her noticing or just killing her. And we start, I should say, at that very moment as the shadow has disappeared and you are discussing whether or not to just take the keys or to just off her.
Well, I mean, I am pretty confident in my ability to get the keys off of her. It's getting away from her without her noticing. I mean, what I mean to say is this version of Mildred is not the real Mildred. She's presumably far more terrifying because we'll be confronting her from the perspective of Ethel. So I don't know that I really want to go through the process of having to fight her and Dr. Argenta all in one.
I think.
Perhaps. Yes, Rerek?
I think you should try pickpocketing her, and if she notices and it fails, just be ready to fight back.
Well, I mean, I'm always ready to
Could
kill
we
that bitch,
have a bit of a combination of abilities? Perhaps Arthur can stealth his way over and attempt to steal. Maybe Lark gives him a help with his mage hand. And maybe even if she notices, Rerek, you could portent our way out of it.
Good call. Actually, that's a good question for the DM. Because I know I can't stealth over there with everyone with me, could Rerek still use his portents on like one of her rolls if she's not, you know what I mean?
Needs to be in line of sight for portent.
Yes. Rerek has to be able to see Madame Drinttal in order to cause that.
Use the portents, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll sneak over. Rerek and Lark. Oh no, go ahead, please. If you have suggestions, I'm open.
I could blind her.
And then she'd be aware of a threat.
But it should make picking her pocket much easier.
Yes, but we don't know where we're going after that. So,
you blind
no. Likely, we all have to go past her anyway to get to where we're going.
blinding might be a good option then.
I mean,
We may
what's
just
to
end up
stop-
having to fight her.
What's to stop Argenta from calling for help if we do have to confront him either?
Well,
The
I'd
way
rather fight
Fred
a.
made it
point.
sound like the two are in cahoots anyways.
I would rather
And it
fight
would
a
be better to
blind
take them on
monstrous.
separately. Yeah.
I think perhaps blinding is a good first move, and then probably just going to have to fight her.
I mean, if you can manage to blind her, I can at least get a good sneak attack in with the dragon wing bow before she notices the rest of us.
That sounds smart. Maybe Rerek, you can use your portents to ensure the blind goes through.
Yes.
How does that sound to everybody?
I like that
All right.
plan.
Sounds
Well,
like a
then
plan.
I suppose, Lark, that you would have to take the lead if our first course of action is going to be to blind her, and then I'll have my bow ready.
I do have to get within about 30 feet of her, which should be about the length of one of these hallways, right? As long as I can
Yeah.
see her.
I think 30 feet if we're quiet and you don't step on the ground. So I think it's safe to assume that she might not notice, at least until the spell's cast.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
she
right.
won't even. Well, she'll notice the effect of it, but if I could make it so she doesn't even notice me casting the spell is the fun part.
I think that let's go for that. I mean, I'm unfamiliar with how your, fairy magic business works, but I can shoot her when you tell me.
All right. I think Lark and potentially Rerek, you're up.
So are we all gonna try to stealth over closer to her?
Sure. We can just like wait around like a corner, I guess.
I'm like a
Yeah.
huge guy. I don't know if
We can just wait around the corner, and then you can peek your head out if we need to use a portent.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'll probably stay around that corner during the fight.
Yeah.
Try to maintain at least a little bit of partial cover.
Yeah. So I guess, yeah, let's just all go to the corner and peek our heads around to see if we can see her. Mark will be like,
I don't know
up the
why in my
ceiling at
head
that
this is
point.
like a
Like a
Scooby-Doo
Three
moment where
Stooges
everybody
moment.
like all of their heads come out
Yeah.
the side of the wall.
Scooby Doo that shit.
Yes.
I'm
Do it.
just going to follow your lead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This-
absolutely.
So can we get to the corner where she is?
You peek around, and she is not at the corner. Around the corner, a couple of feet, there is a gigantic mess hall filled with people.
Well, there goes that plan.
They're all very loudly eating, throwing plates, jumping up and down on the tables, smearing things on the wall. And they are horrifying, as you would think they are. Some of them have animal ears, patches of animal skin. Some of them have different sized limbs. A few of them have wings. They are a mishmash of things cobbled together. And amongst them is a 10-foot tall Mildred Drinttal with a gigantic cane that she is using to sweep these creatures out of the way. And occasionally she'll grab one, look at it, and throw it to the side against the wall. But these things seem to get back up. They seem to be quite resilient as she's wading through, and she's yelling orders at them that they don't seem to be heeding. Like, stop eating with your hands, and don't take your neighbor's food, and other things like that. just shouting. But she is wading through in the center of this very large mess hall, which is probably about 30 feet square. And on the other side is a very large double door, which seems to be the only other exit from the room.
He's gonna like,
Alright,
since
Lark,
he's still up
you're
at the
up.
ceiling, he's just gonna whisper down and be like, I bet you that's the way to the other one too. But,
Thanks, Lark.
so are we within like 30 feet of her where we're standing?
Hold on.
Or where we're at?
Well, the room is 30 feet by 30 feet, so we would necessarily have to be if
Yeah.
we've entered the room.
I think you should blind her once Arthur gets the case. Is that the plan?
I don't think sneaking up to her at this point is going to work. I mean, blind her by all means. Then until the blind effect ends, we'll have advantage on attack rolls or something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so Lark is just going to, with the chaos going on around her, I doubt she can even pay attention enough. She's just gonna like whisper in Sylvan, a very, very simple, just a little sing-songy whisper, and cast blindness deafness on her. But obviously choosing the blindness half.
Yes.
So I need I believe it's a Constitution saving throw out of her.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, she rolled a 2, so that's a 4.
Yeah.
You see she shakes her head and roars, "Which one of you did this?" And she starts swinging her cane, smashing it against the ground as she roars in anger. You're muted.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Am I still able to get a shot off with surprise?
Yes.
Okay, I figured just the one, and then she's probably going to notice, people are attacking her.
Oh,
Yes.
sick.
Okay.
This isn't a concentration spell. It just lasts. What? Duration 1 minute. It doesn't say concentration.
Interesting. I thought it was a
Interesting.
concentration spell.
Is blindness, deafness, concentration?
It is.
Checking the book.
Nope. It just says 1 minute on Beyond.
There's a possibility they could have changed it, but I'll check.
It's a non-concentration debuff, which is super rare, and you can upcast it to affect multiple enemies.
Oh my god, yeah. It's not concentration.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'll take it, right? Okay, so no, not 2 d20s. 1 d20. And that is going to be with advantage because she is surprised, which is good because my first roll was a 2.
Oof.
And that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yes.
And then, okay, that is d8 plus d6 fire plus d6 for sneak attack. Plus 7 is a total of 16 damage for Dragonwing Bow.
Ooh. So you
Loving
fire
this
this bow down the hallway, and it strikes her in the shoulder, and she roars and begins looking around once again. "Where are you?" And that is when everyone is going to need to roll initiative.
Yep. And that will be an
Not doing
18
great.
for me.
Oof.
Lark's got a 19.
Lark got a 19.
I got a
nat
10.
1.
Nat 1. Well, what's your dex bonus?
+2.
Oh, okay. So you got a 3. Okay. Cool.
3.
Yay.
Arthur got
Arthur was an 18.
18. And actually, could you roll for your mom because she's in this combat encounter?
Mom nat 20.
Woo!
And she gets a +0. So.
Ooh. Well, interestingly, that means that your mom is up first.
Hell yeah, Mom. My mom's a badass.
Go Mama Krutz.
I think she's just gonna throw another guiding bolt, I guess.
Guiding bolt.
Yeah.
All attack rolls against her have advantage because she's blinded.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So I rolled 13 twice, so that's plus
And that
5, so 18 to hit.
Yes,
long-
that hits.
How long are we keeping that blindness up? Because it is 1 minute, so presumably 10 rounds, but we did
Yes.
have some time before combat started. So
Well, you didn't have very long.
Yeah.
we're just gonna
At
call it 10.
best, yes. At
Okay,
best, I would say that you probably left her flailing in the dark maybe a round. So 9 to
Okay.
10 rounds.
Cool. My mom did 9 damage, and I think I'm gonna use her movement to just kind of step to the back of the group. she's not a
9
she's not
damage with
very
a guiding
confident
bolt.
fighter.
That's interestingly low for a guiding bolt.
Yeah, I rolled pretty low.
Yeah, she fires out this ray of light that just seems to dissipate as it slams into her, and your mom just goes, well, all right, and just backs up a little bit.
Like, don't worry, Mom, we got this.
With a 19, up next is Lark.
Lark's just gonna be like, it's not the real thing, but it'll do for now. He's just gonna, I mean, they're at the entryway to the room, she's blinded. He's just gonna cast an Eldritch Blast at her,
Mhm.
which does so with advantage.
Yay.
So 15 plus 9 is a 24, and then 12 plus 9 is a 21.
Both of them hit.
That's 9 plus 9 is 18 plus 10 is 28 damage force.
Wait, 28 force damage?
Yeah, I get 2
Wow.
beams. And
Wow.
I've maxed my charisma with agonizing blast now.
So you'd get 10 automatically.
Right.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
rolled an 18, but I add 10 for hitting her twice.
So as you flick your hand and throw these 2 beams, you just straight up blow her head off. And her body sags to the ground and tips
What?
over. And it seems the chaos does not abate. It just keeps going, but now there's no one keeping them in check. But she seems to be down completely.
Damn,
Uh,
Lark, I knew you didn't like her, but damn.
The
I didn't
animosity.
One little spell would smash her head like a rotten pumpkin.
That did seem a bit too easy.
That does not look like any rotten pumpkin I've ever seen.
Though now, to be fair, we have to deal with all of those emotions to all of the things around her.
Yeah, can I make like an insight check to see like if I run in there and like try to get the key, are they gonna like attack me?
Sure, you can make an insight check.
That's gonna be 17.
It looks like they're too preoccupied with their own sort of mischief.
Okay. So yeah, it's a mess out there, but I think they're not that interested in us at the least. So I
Okay,
guess I'll
fair
like
enough.
step out and then like kind of tentatively like approach, like I get closer and closer, seeing if they're gonna like attack me.
As you go out into this sort of throng of bodies moving this way and that way, running and bumping into you and jumping and screaming, you do move at half speed as you're trying to push through this crowd of weird creatures with disturbing add-ons making it to her body.
If we're going as a unit, can Lark just distract some of them when they get too close with minor illusions?
Oh yeah, and it works a treat. They are leaping after it. They are staring at it. They're running towards it as you conjure these various things.
They're all
And-
chickens with Mildred Drinttal's head. Just starts walking at them and then running away.
Yeah, they
Wonderful.
chase after it, screaming and hooting and hollering and jumping up and down and knocking tables and chairs out of the way. They are over the moon to be chasing after these things. And you do make it to her body, and there is a key ring attached to her belt that has quite a lot of keys on it.
Cool. I take the whole ring.
Yep, and it's actually pretty easy. You can just pull the ring off.
There's a lot of
Now
them.
we have to try all of these keys.
Yeah. Just keep just pushing our way through. Get to the door.
Hmm. I'm there.
With Lark throwing more minor illusions this way and that way.
You get an illusion. You get an illusion. You get an illusion. You get an
Yeah.
illusion.
You make it to the double door and push it open. There is a hallway that is long and dark.
What else is new?
But at the end of the hallway, there is an eerie green light with stairs that lead upwards in a sort of spiral. And along the hallway, there are doors that seem open. And inside, as you walk along, this seems to be the dormitory where these poor things are probably being housed. And there are some in there bouncing on the bed, smearing something on the wall, hurling objects this way and that way. It is a total madhouse in here. But as you begin to climb the stairs, the noise fades into the background. And these stairs are surprisingly long, to the point where you wonder if the dream is elongating the staircase to prevent you from reaching the top. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it is certainly making its way upwards until finally you reach the top. 2 huge double doors adorned with dancing skeletons and various other symbols of medicine, and a single lock on the door.
I just like hold up the giant key ring and make like perception to like figure out if I can tell which key goes in the right, goes in the lock.
Sure. You can make an investigation, because you're gonna actually need to like fiddle
Sure.
with the keys to see.
Okay, well, I got a 10.
There's a lot of keys.
Yeah, it takes me a hot sec.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be here for a minute.
Yeah, you do flip through them and you manage to be able to eliminate some. Some are just way too long, some are way too thick, some are definitely too small to fit in the lock. They look like they might be for safes or cabinets or other things like that. But you narrow it down from probably somewhere around 120 keys to maybe 30.
Cool. Anybody else wanting a shot?
Maybe. I don't know. Well, no, that's probably not going to work. I was going to say I have proficiency with thieves' tools and my sleight of hand is badass. So like I could try to pick the lock, but it's probably not going to work. Like that's not exactly how this place was designed. It would kind of be. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. Just keep trying keys.
All right, investigation round 2.
Lark, can I give him the help action on this one? Be like,
Yes.
Percy, it's obviously the big ominous looking one, you dumbass.
That is
Are
now...
any of them glowing?
No. There are no glowing keys.
This time it's a 15.
Of the 30 keys, because you did manage to eliminate quite a few keys, Of the 30 keys, the key that you come across is a very nondescript looking key. You probably wouldn't have been able to pick it from some of the other extravagant keys that were there. The only difference is that it is marked with a bone symbol that has been carved into the key. But other than that, it's completely nondescript. It slides into the lock very easily and the door opens. Inside is a huge rotunda. A large round room. The walls are practically all windows. This could be a lighthouse if you put a light in the center of the room, which there practically is. There is a huge, what almost looks like some kind of machine. Wires and tubes, gears and pipes and other such things. Green smoke seems to drift. It's very Dr. Frankenstein. There are tables all around the room with vials, books, files, papers, all kinds of things. And standing in the center of the room, facing away from you, poking and prodding at this body that is strapped into this huge machine is a recognizable figure just from the stature. It is Dr. Argenta. He has not seemed to have noticed you yet.
Our plan, like above game, our plan was to just kill him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gonna kill him.
Lark's just gonna look towards Rerek and then look back towards him silently as he, like his little wand's out, pointing the green tip, and he's just gonna cast blindness again. So I need
And I
a
have my stuff
Constitution
ready.
saving throw.
All right, you can certainly have a Constitution saving throw. Oh my God, he rolled a natural 1.
You really blind.
Yeah, you watch as suddenly he drops the tool he has in his hand and whips around and looks. He looks very different. He's still recognizably Dr. Argenta, but there are hooks in his mouth, pulling his lips back into a huge smile with horrible teeth. His eyes are wide open and staring, but now they've been completely blinded. And he grabs a huge knife and begins to look around. Who's there? Who's disturbing my work?
Dragon wing bow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to shoot him. I shoot him in the face. You know, whatever. I don't know why I always aim for the face. There's something about faces. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it. I hate that I can't set advantage on just the flat die rolls. Roll.
Ooh.
There we go. Oh, thank God I have advantage. And that's a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay, so we're gonna do this dragon wing bow situation again. I'm getting good at these damage die. And that is 19 damage.
Ooh. One moment, let me pull my calculator back up.
Mm-hmm. He's like a normal sized person, right? Like not giant,
Yes.
like, okay.
Yes, but he does look absolutely batshit insane.
Right. Yeah, above game, I was just
right,
asking for like Jasmine's pounce purposes. Like in theory, a giant creature probably wouldn't succumb to that, you know?
No, he is a regular sized person. And yeah, you hit him in the shoulder with this bow, and he just Start swiping the knife through the air. And at this point, it would probably be a good idea to have everybody roll initiative.
Yep.
Oh my god, his
See that?
rolls are sucking.
Yeah. I got a 9.
21.
9 for Rerek, 21 for Arthur.
Initiative roll.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, give me something good. That's only a 9 for Lark.
First, got a 7.
And your mom?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
That sounded like a line.
Yeah,
that,
like a
like
joke.
people,
like
you know,
I didn't add my
and
double. I
Come
also
on.
got a
Yeah.
9 then.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna go this time. I'm gonna go first this time, Lark. I'm selfish.
So first up is Arthur.
My mom got a
Okay.
6.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
We are
Oh,
just going to
mama's so
do
old.
a repeat. Above game, this one is also going to be sneak attack because natural explorer gives me advantage. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
You don't
it's
want
advantage
advantage from
against
him being
creatures
blind.
that. No. Yes, yeah, you're right. Doesn't matter. Advantage 2 different ways.
Mhm.
Okay, which is good because my first rolls have been being real poop. Well, the first one's a 21 to hit, so I'm assuming I don't need to roll another one.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah, okay.
You can
You could
roll
roll
again
and
if
see
you
if you
want to
get a
go
crit.
for crit. You can crit fish if you want.
Oh, actually, that's a smart idea. Let's try it.
Always, even if you hit, always roll, always crit fish.
Right. Okay, no, we're good. So let me get rid of that dice. And where are my things? D8, D6, D6. Ooh, that was kind of shabby. 14 damage.
Ooh. Yeah, you release another arrow that hits him quite easily. He is still roaring in anger and swiping his knife through the air. I'm assuming it is now Jasmine's turn.
Yep. So what is the distance situation? Like, assuming we're still at the entrance, like how far away would he be?
I would say probably 40 feet.
40 feet. Okay. Well, I was just asking because it has to be more than 20. She
Mhm.
is going to go for a pounce. She has, let me see what movement she has. I think it's 50. I got to zoom in. She does have 50. Okay. I already rolled for it. She failed. It didn't hit. It was a 2. But I'm going to have her. Actually, yeah, I'll just have her stay there. I was going to say maybe I'll have her move back, but I'll just have her stay there.
Yeah, he's swinging his knife so wildly, she miscalculates her jump and lands, focusing more on moving out of the way from this wildly swinging knife than actually hurting him. So next up is it is between Rerek and Lark. You both have a 9.
I have a 9 too.
Oh God! So what's everyone's dex? I know Lark and Percy are the same.
I have a +2 on Dex.
We all have a
Christ, you're all the
Oh my
same.
god.
Okay, you fight amongst
Okay.
yourselves.
Rerek, go first.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You're the
Fire
divination
bolt.
wizard. That sort of makes sense.
Firebolt.
All right.
Oh yeah, don't forget about
Don't
your
forget to roll it with advantage because he's blind. Yellow.
How much advantage is that?
You get to roll 2
It's-
d20 instead of 1 d20 when you attack and take the higher roll.
Mhm.
Well, I roll 2 d10s.
That's
No,
if you
for
hit,
your-
you roll
for
That's
your
for
attack
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to roll attack roll.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me.
It's
that was
this guy,
awful.
right?
The big one.
the biggest.
It's the big one.
That's going to be your d20.
Mhm.
No, the d10.
No,
Oh yeah, that is a D10.
that's a d10 for your
Yes.
damage, but to roll to see if you hit, you roll a d20.
Okay.
When you
Yep,
roll it
and
twice
you-
because you have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
17.
17 hits. Now you can roll damage.
It's a 2. 4.
So is there a bonus to that at all? Or is it just straight 2d10? It's just 2d10. Okay.
Unless he's an evocation wizard, he probably doesn't get to add any modifiers to his cantrip damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to have
good
a
point.
specific
I forgot that was a
feature
cantrip.
from classes in order to add stuff to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so you lob this firebolt at him, and it hits his lab coat and burns for a moment, and he swipes at it while swiping with his knife. There is not a lot that he can do at the moment. He's just roaring with incoherent rage. So next up is, I guess, either Lark or Percy, whoever wants to go first.
Percy. Percy's going first. I want to walk forward a bit to put myself between him and the group. And while I do that, I'm going to bonus action cast Sanctuary on my mom. And then for my action, I'm going to use my Path to the Grave ability, which makes him vulnerable to whatever damage type hits him next. And I'm going to yell at Lark, like, hit him hard, Lark.
It's all I do.
1 hit.
Yeah, we saw Mildred.
His head exploded. I mean, her head.
She was pretty manly. It's okay. Beast of a woman. Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
So Lark's gonna fly and then fly as a little bit higher up and first cast of Eldritch Blast. So will the Path of the Grave thing only trigger on the first beam because it's 2 separate beams?
I think it will only trigger on the
I
first
think
beam.
So, yeah.
So
Yeah.
first beam, that's a 25 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
We'll do the first beam damage because
Since
it'll be doubled because he's vulnerable.
it'll be doubled. Yes.
That is 5 plus 5 force damage, so 20 force damage on the first beam. Beam number dose.
Whipping ass with those Eldritch Blasts today.
I know.
23 to hit.
Oh, 23 hits.
That's 8 plus 5, so that's 13 force damage. And I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points to quicken another round of Eldritch Blasts.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do it.
I haven't done any sorcery points yet today. So here we go. That is only a 15 on the first beam of this one.
15 hits.
And a 25 on the other one.
Both of them hit.
16 force damage total. I rolled double 3s, plus 10.
Yeah, he had 12 hit points left. So as you are just hurling Eldritch Blasts at him, you actually end up blowing off portions of his skin, just blasting them off until he finally collapses, the knife clattering out of his hands, and he finally expires.
Yeah.
And I am going to
Thanks,
check something
Lark.
real
Leave
quick.
some for the rest of us.
It was just a cantrip or 2.
My cantrip barely
saying
did
that.
anything.
Oh.
We'll get you there. We'll have to take a look at that character sheet of yours next level up, see what we can do for you.
Rerek, your see invisibility is still up. It has not been an hour. It is almost over, but it is not quite. You see, as you gaze at the body that is strapped into this machine, a ghostly figure curled up into a ball and silently crying. And in a way, you recognize that this is Ethel. She is trapped inside of this huge body constructed of various different pieces that have all been sewn together.
Ugh.
And she is there, as well as, of course, there is a very large key hanging from Dr. Argenta's waist.
Holy crap, that's Ethel.
Lark's just like
That's
lowering back
Ethel?
down. He's like, wait, where's Ethel? After he yawns.
She's right there. Oops.
You still have see invisibility active. We're not seeing what you're seeing.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, it looks like Ethel was trapped in whatever this thing is.
Oh,
Okay.
Her soul or spirit, whatever it was.
Ethel? Can you hear us, Ethel?
Yes. Hello?
Hi. My name is Percy. These are my friends. We're here to rescue you.
Really?
Hey.
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah, we can take you away from here.
Oh, that would be very nice. It's very scary in here.
It definitely is.
We know. This place, if it's any consolation, it's not going to last very long. No one else will be trapped here.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, Dr. Argenta is gone, and we're going to take you someplace safe.
Okay. That sounds nice.
Can you
And-
follow
Somebody
us
grab
out,
the keys.
or-
How do we release her from this thing?
Can you move?
No. I'm trapped in. I don't know where I am. It's dark.
Wait,
So Rerek is still the only person that can see. She's like she's sewn into a big body.
She's just a ghostly figure that's kind of hovering inside of the body.
Oh.
Can
But
I
the
do an
body can't move.
investigation check on this body?
Yes, you may.
I'm gonna use a fucking advantage this time. Okay. So it's a 19.
This body, as you're kind of like touching it and trying to find out where anything is, it's very clearly, while it is sewn together, there's no life to it. It's not going to come to life. There are definitely a lot of tubes, and this thing wasn't sewn together very well. There's a possibility that you could just pull one of the stitches and part of it will just fall off.
Oh. So above game, we just to remember, the friend told us we just have to defeat Argenta, right? And then the place crumbles. And
Yeah.
friend
Beat
will be
Argenta,
free, and
find the
so
key,
will
and leave.
Ethel.
Yeah.
Okay, so then in character, I'm gonna address Ethel. I think, Ethel, I think we have to leave you here just for a moment. We can't carry you with us, but once we make it out, you'll be out too. I know that doesn't make any sense, but you just have to trust us.
Wait, Lark's gonna be like, can you can't see, but can you move at all?
I can move.
Could you follow the sound, dear?
I can move, but I'm stuck inside of something. I'm so scared.
Somebody,
You know what? Can I start pulling threads? Like, see what happens? I'm just gonna
I was
start pulling
gonna
threads.
see if she can feel anything if I touch the body.
Oh, go ahead.
Like, can you feel this? And then I pinch like a part of the
No.
sewn together body. Oh,
No,
okay.
what are you doing?
Nothing.
So yeah, you're
Kinda
gonna
didn't
pull
wanna
on the string, like one of the
Yeah,
stitches.
Oh God, I think I want to try to take this thing apart. Yes. Ew. Blech.
Yeah, you pull the stitch.
I'll do it with you.
And
Okay.
the shoulder and one of the arms and part of the rib cage just fall off and hit the ground with just a horrible wet sound.
Oh.
And at the very tail end of your invisibility, your sea invisibility, you hear, "Oh, there's light. I can see." And you see her drift out of the body, and your sea invisibility goes down. And at that point, the whole hospital begins shaking.
All right.
Bricks begin to
Okay.
fall,
It
and
can't
lightning
be
begins to
awful.
crackle and slam into the building even harder, shattering windows and sending glass everywhere.
It looks like it's time to go.
Wait, we have to go back for friend. We can't leave him here.
He's ready for death. He will be
He's an
fine.
we have
interdimensional
to-
parasite ready for death. It's fine.
I know, but I can't.
Do you
just
want to
let
play
him die.
host to him? I'm not going to.
Do we have to go?
No, I don't want to, but I
back
can't
by
leave him
him?
here.
We could stick him in the cat. Just a thought.
What cat?
I won't do that to Jasmine.
Oh,
Oh,
Jasmine.
that-
Well, we also don't know where he is. He just vanished. There's a possibility he moved somewhere else.
And you
There's
call
also
him
a
out?
possibility he's escaping right now.
Okay, fine. Let's go. God,
Yeah.
if I don't find out he's okay, I'm going to be very distraught. Gross as that thing was.
Yeah, at this point, your mom is hightailing it out of the room and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Get it,
Like,
Mom?
I am done with this shit.
Okay,
putting
In
in
fact,
we'll
I
just
would
chase
say
after
that
her.
she probably does say that as she's running down
Yeah.
the stairs. Just, I am so done with shit. As bricks are falling by her as she's just charging. Yeah, you book it down the hallway, and the hospital seems to not really make any attempts to block you. In fact, it almost seems like it's assisting you. The hallway seems to shrink. The doorway seems to come towards you, and the hallway and hospital behind you is crumbling very quickly. You make it to the door, and whoever has the key jams the key in and twists the key in the lock. The door pops open, and as you run out and take one last look behind you, you watch as the huge lab, the tower, collapses down into the fog, and you all wake up in the room, in the hospital room, with Ethel in her wheelchair, staring out of the window. You
Oh,
all
my
were
head.
standing relatively in the same positions you were, a bit dizzy, a bit nauseous. And you see one of the nurses come in, open the door. Oh, what was that successful? And there's a moment of
You could
silence
say
before
that. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Ethel leans forward in her chair, seemingly of her own volition, and vomits water and a little tiny black slug-like thing about maybe the length of a fingernail that begins inching across the floor before she just breaks down into sobbing and is just entirely inconsolable. Your
So
mother...
this black thing that's inching along the floor, we presume is friend, right?
Friend, is that you?
I think that's friend.
Can I subtle spell a mind sliver on it?
You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill
You
him.
certainly can.
I'm just gonna put him out of his misery. I need an intelligence saving throw from him.
Oh my
I
God.
actually don't have an intelligence score for him. One One moment, let me quickly get an intelligence score for him. Because reasons. Oof. That's not a very good one, but oh well. Yeah, he most likely failed. And you don't even need to roll damage. This thing probably only has 1 HP as it is. You just look at it and you mind sliver and you watch as it rears up and waves, wiggling in the air before popping.
Like in Sylvan, Lark just whispers, "Sorry, friend, but I have to do what's in the best interests of my people first."
Lark, what did you do?
I was wishing him well on his journey.
I have about had it with you people killing sentient creatures.
And at that point, your mother just goes, "We've certainly gathered enough information for treatment. It's going to be a long journey to recovery, for sure." I think we should. She is completely inconsolable.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just I want to, but there's nothing I can do.
It's probably best if we let her work through a little bit of it for now. This is a long road to recovery. This was not the final step.
Percy, could you maybe help her out with how she's feeling?
I could, but it might just be better for her to work through it.
Okay, I hate to leave her in such a state.
At this point, we've done as much as we can for now. We'll start developing, seeing if we can get some sort of therapy for her, both physical and mental. Definitely make sure that she is well cared for and looked after. We have done the equivalent of removing the knife from the wound. We still need to clean it, stitch it, dress it, and let it heal on its own. And that can take years. We've done all we can for now.
Well,
Okay.
I wish you all the best, Ethel. And I'll kind of nod one last to my mom and step outside.
Yeah, your mom does stay in the room, but she kind of nods and just says, "That was way more than I would have asked of you, but thank you so much. I'm sure this will help immensely."
And another good deed that Arthur doesn't get paid for. Great. I'm gonna
buy you a drink.
Yeah, I know you'll buy me a drink. Arthur's gonna as quickly as he can get outside. When we make it there, he's going to put his hands and face down on the ground and in halfling say "Oh, thank God we're back."
You get some odd looks from passersby, but yeah, it seems barely any time has passed since you were in this weird dream reality. Additionally, as you kind of take stock of your surroundings, you realize it was a dream. We didn't physically do anything. You still have all of your spell slots. You still have all of your hit points. You still have all of your magical item charges and whatnot. It is as if nothing had happened.
Sweet. Well, I guess we can take a moment to rest, but I still have my my eyes set on getting back to the house as soon as possible.
Well, I'm not leaving Darkmoor without a drink. That's for damn sure. And I would like to check in with Franklin and see if the dove received our message about Mr. Herbert. Above game, if I'm hoping I'm remembering that correctly, I think the last thing we did after Herbert was I sent Franklin to send her a message, something about collecting payment for his thing and letting her know like we found some extra stuff. I don't remember what that was exactly. That was several episodes ago.
Yeah, it might have just been that there might be more of these little pop-up things going around that Herbert was running or something of that nature, and to watch out for it, maybe.
I know it was something, I feel like we were expecting a response from her. I don't know. I could be remembering that incorrectly.
All right. Well, you meander your way through the streets, possibly a bit more slowly than usual, to the Shovel and Spade, where as you enter, you actually do find Dove in one of the booths, simply sitting there waiting.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess Arthur will approach and not force Percy to venture any farther into the establishment than he's comfortable with. He says, addressing Dove, but not using her title. You don't usually make it a habit of appearing out in the open like this?
No, I don't. But I figured that this was a safe enough establishment. I believe I still owe you your payment. And
yes.
she gives you the 500 golds that you are owed for dealing with Herbert, Gideon Herbert. It seems the information that you have given me proved to be, well, correct. There have been several incidences of more madness here and there, but nothing too major, nothing that can't be stomped out. I am back because it seems that I have been paid to take care of a certain someone who you have affiliation with.
Oh.
Or I should say, your friend Percy has affiliation with.
Does he now? Percy, and Arthur kind of like waves him over.
Yeah, Percy walks in, kind of awkwardly waves to the dove.
Lark's gonna follow over Percy's shoulder and be like, "Are we saying hi to her now? I'm so proud of you."
Yes, did you do something?
Well, I was simply saying that I have a job involving your, I guess we'll call him your former employer.
You've been hired to make him quiet forever.
She does kind of make a motion like this, and it seems out of nowhere appears a dagger made entirely of what appears to be perhaps mithril or moonstone or some sort of whitish iridescent material, and she kind of just plays with it for a moment. Yeah, that is
the church would turn
what
to
I
you.
do. And it vanishes.
So, Dove, how can we help you with this?
Well, simply staying out of the way and not being suspicious would probably be the best option.
Suspicious? Me?
Well,
I joke.
If I could ask one favor, then
Mhm.
make it painful.
I always do.
Percy.
When
My.
Percy says that, Lark practically just purrs in the air. It's just like, oh, my little church boy, he's becoming so corrupt. Just in the back
How
of his head, he
delightful.
doesn't say anything.
Well then, Dove. Nope, not saying that in character. Sorry, I'm not going to address her by her title out here. Well then, he says. You know how to contact me.
Yes.
If you need any assistance. And we thank you.
Of course. Well, if I need anything, I will contact you. Otherwise, I will see you when I see you. Blessings,
Yep.
of course. And
Of
she
course.
makes her way out of the shovel and spade.
So while we're here, boys. I'm gonna split. So you guys go ahead and add 125 gold to your thing.
Ooh.
So Percy, this is
He
as
wants
good
some
an
drinks.
establishment as any.
I just slide him over. Like, I mean, how much would a beer cost you?
Probably around 1 silver. Nothing
I
too
just
drastic.
give you a gold piece. Like, here.
10 whole beers.
That is so very much not in the spirit of our arrangement, but I will accept it at any rate. I'm just kind of like waving in the air for somebody to come over and help.
Franklin does come over. Oh, hi. You did meet with our friend.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
What can I get you?
A round of ale, please. And I'll just kind of like glare at Percy for a second and then pass over the gold piece that he handed me.
All right. Will do. And he runs to the back.
And Franklin, some roast chicken if you have it. I mean, I know not a lot of humans eat here, but
yeah, I think we have some roast chicken. You don't mind if it's sliced, do you?
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. And so he runs to the back and he brings out your beers and, well, ales. Beer and ale are different. As well as a kind of almost like an appetizer plate that has some roast chicken and some potatoes and some rolls on it. Well, enjoy. And of course, if you need me for anything else, I'll still be here. And he nods and runs to the back.
I'm gonna, before Franklin runs away, I'm just gonna give him an extra little 5 gold pieces. I don't know why I like the kid. I just like him.
Oh, thank you. And then he darts to the back again.
Oh, lovely. And Arthur's just gonna like chug down the whole mug of ale before he even touches a bit of food, just like facing it as he does. You guys have met him.
Yeah, Percy reluctantly stays here only because he has to because of Arthur right now.
Just what the doctor ordered, isn't it, Percy? Oof.
Yeah, the ambiance in here really is divine.
Oh, Percy, calm down and eat a roll. You're going to need your strength for the day.
I definitely inspect the roll to make sure there's no blood on it.
There is no blood on it.
Percy, don't be so racist. Where's Liliana? She's good for conversation. She's a lovely woman.
Don't push your luck.
What? She's one of the most delightful people I've met in the entire city, and certainly one of the only ones who didn't look at us funny.
There's also in the rare minority of people who haven't tried to kill us or socially.
We have very few friends in this town, and I'd appreciate if you didn't destroy the ones that we do.
He's just being bashful. We both know how he truly feels about it.
You all are completely insufferable. Why do we not make fun of any of your relationships?
You don't have one. I'm 15.
Are we going to talk about relationships?
That seems to be all we do, especially when we come here.
For flavor, Arthur actually does get up from the table and he goes to see if like Liliana is hanging out around. Am I getting that name right?
Svetlana.
Svetlana. Okay, I forgot. I knew there was an Anna. See if she is around here anywhere, just to strike up a conversation, mostly to irritate Percy a little bit.
Franklin does appear and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. Svetlana is doing paperwork for the tavern. Sorry."
Such a shame. No, it's no problem, Franklin. I just wanted to chit chat, shoot the breeze. It's all good. I appreciate your help, and I'll wave him away. Fine. Percy, are you going to drink that?
I just slide it over.
Thanks. And I'm just going to face the whole thing again.
At this point, Percy, you do hear a voice in the back of your head, similar to a sending spell. It seems to be Maximilian Dupree. Interesting discovery. We brought your sister to the academy, and it seems your sister isn't the only one we brought. I'm assuming you don't know anything about the cats of Ulthar.
Cats.
And we're going to end the episode there. So that is the end of episode 22 of Scion of the Dark House. Join us next week where we will find out what the cats of Ulthar are. And I will see you all next week as well. Goodbye.